Justen. Glad your hair looks good, by the way.
Thank you, sir.
First question, and the only question about last week is you've studied the film, you've met with your team. Yeah. When you look back personally, what do you think you probably could have done a bit better?
I think for me it was communication and organizing. Felt like we had a decent amount of holes during that game. I mean, it was a lot of back and forth at the end, but just getting players in the right positions and making sure we weren't liable for the counter.
Right.
So just kind of directing would be my criticism of myself.
You're still pretty young, but you've been around for a couple of years now with the group. Did you feel as though this week throughout training you had to own up and try and lead the group yourself, especially that back four, considering Marcelo and the injury he suffered last week? You are essentially that force to be reckoned with. Did you try and implement your leadership throughout this past week?
Yeah, and that's been something I've been working on. Mike's been trying to get me to be more vocal and stuff like that, and kind of take charge. So it's a continuing process, but every week I'm trying to be louder, more vocal, more commanding. So it's
a different season. We're 2 weeks into it, and the expectations for the squad pretty high, considering what you guys did over the off-season and how much talent you have on the team. How do you feel as though the first 2 weeks have been as a whole? I think fans almost have too high of an expectation too early, is my point.
Okay.
Would you agree with that, or do you expect to play great football from the get-go?
Yeah, I mean, obviously these things take time to get into. Right. Luckily, we have 30-something more games, to kind of build on. But I think, Dallas was a tough break at the end, and then there's no excuse for LA. That was poor play. But there's definitely the talent there. There's definitely the willpower and the drive that needs to be there for a successful team. And I think as the season goes on, it'll come together, and the fans will start to see the RSL that they love.
We sure hope so. I do want to ask very briefly before we get to New York Red Bulls, Carlos Vela last week. There's a lot of hype about him around the league. What did you make of him? And we're talking about a guy that has played for some of the bigger clubs in the world. He isn't a world name. Yeah. Was that fun to go toe to toe? I know the result obviously wasn't quite.
No, it's always exciting playing against some of the best players in the world. Playing against Vela or Villa or Giovinco. It's always exciting to challenge yourself and kind of see where you're at and see how you handle those type of players. So whenever a big name like that comes in, it's going to be fun. It's going to be a good game.
Matty Gash informed me during training today, actually, that you and Tyler Adams are pretty good mates and you guys get along well. How do you see that matchup coming along? You hope to get one-on-one with him?
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be fun. We got a bet going who's going to score on a corner kick. So,
is that right?
Yeah, so I'm hoping to win that one.
I reckon your odds are pretty good there.
Yeah, so that's what I told them.
New York Red Bulls, very briefly, you've looked, I'm sure, over the tape. Yeah, against Portland, it was the margin, I guess, didn't speak volumes. Just the game, it was 75 minutes into the contest, 1-0, and then they piled on 3 other goals. So they're a good squad, there's no doubt about that. They're winning in CONCACAF. What have you seen from them on film, and how do you hope the contest plays out come tomorrow?
Yeah, they got a good team. They got a young, energetic team that they like to press, and they're pretty good at it. But we got a good team too, and I think we're excited for the test and excited for the battle. It's going to be a battle, no doubt. A lot of these MLS games comes down to which team is willing to suffer more and which team is willing to grind more. So, that's it. We just got to grind more, suffer more, and hopefully put some goals in the back of the net and keep a shutout.
The bounce back is real. Justen, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, man.
Thanks.
All the best.